All right, guys, welcome. Thank you so much for joining me today. This is a very special day because we have some time left in the month of December to really talk to you guys about what we have found here partnering with this company and using these products. So if you're listening to this, you are probably a stay-at-home mom, or maybe thinking about wanting to be a stay-at-home mom, or you know a stay-at-home mom that might need this information. And a lot of us have figured out a way. In fact, I was just talking to my dad this morning, and he was talking about how he couldn't figure out a way when he was trying to support me and my family when we were children, other than traveling Monday through Friday. And he's like, you figured out a way to support your family and still be at home with your family. So of course, I love sharing that. Me and my friend Kendall are going to be talking about how this has fit into our lives and how we've been able to run this business. So this is for anyone who might be thinking about staying at home with your little ones during this season of your life, or if you already are and you need to pay off that Christmas credit card bill, or you have student loans like I do, or you really want to be bringing in an income, because for someone like me, I started working when I was 15. And on this next slide, you can see that I am actually a former English teacher. I taught for 8 years. And when I stepped away from that identity as a teacher, and then I stopped bringing any income into my home, it was a really big shift for me mentally. And so I started looking at ways that I could supplement my husband's income. And now we are both bringing in an income, and I get to still be here to help my kiddo get off the bus, or he was only really in school Monday and Tuesday for this first part of the year. So Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I was actually right back into teaching. Thank you, COVID in 2020, for never letting me quit teaching fully. So I was teaching kindergarten part-time, but also making a full-time income. So just a little bit about me. My name is Caitlin Johnson. I am a Gold Ambassador, six-figure earner here with Q, and I only have 2 years of network marketing experience. That's actually really baby-ish in this industry. Because when you find a company like ours that is at its infancy stage and about to hit momentum, which I can go over in just a minute, you know, really thinking about long-term vision of what this can do for my family 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years. So 2 years is really not a long time. And the reason why I like to point that out is because you can have success within the time frame based on a business plan that you have, based on the hours that you have. Every stay-at-home mom has different hours available to run a business. And so we're really good at catering and tailoring that for you. So just think about that for a minute and how it could fit into your life. And then also I do like to point out that we have an amazing compensation plan that Kendall's going to go over, where we get weekly pay in addition to monthly commission. So when I started, I actually failed at my last project in network marketing. I never even brought home a monthly commission. I just had commission off of sales. So I was not even covering my student loan bill, which, by the way, this company contributes to every single month, plus the monthly commission and the sales commission and the bonuses that come along with the monthly commission. So hitting the first 3 ranks and getting that $750, which, by the way, right now is around $1,000 because of Christmas cash. Getting that first $750, I was living on a boat. So this picture you see of me and my husband and my son when he was 3, his name's Luke, we were not able to accrue an income other than what I was doing with my former project, which, like I just said, was not a lot. So then when I started using the full spectrum hemp, which I'll go over in a minute, and how that helped me, and I couldn't unsee what I saw about the compensation plan and about running a business from my boat, because we lived on that boat for 6 months. It's a pretty big, you can dig yourself into a financial hole not working for 6 months. So that's $750 that got paid out weekly on top of the monthly commission I earned from hitting that those first 3 ranks. That was huge for us. You know, that paid for groceries and provisions, as we like to call it on the boat. There's always this like different name, and I'm like, grab the rope, and he's like, a line. I'm like, it's a rope. No, it's a line. Get the groceries. Those are provisions. Okay, whatever. You know what I'm talking about. But Anyway, I loved doing it, but I'm happy to be in my home land-based again. It was a really, really fun experience. And I show that picture to show you that living a life by design is something that my husband and I really wanted to do. We were sort of tired of the rat race. We're tired of the 9 to 5. He's an entrepreneur. He gets to pick when he works. I quit teaching. Luke wasn't in school full time, so we just did it. And now we're sort of addicted to that. And it won't be long, probably before we do it again, hopefully on a bigger boat. That would be great. Because I am about to be a mom of 2. I am 7 months pregnant. You can see my little baby bump in this picture of me presenting at the last conference we did. And then just a couple more pictures of how I did not have sex. Oh my gosh, I just said sex. See, I jinxed myself. I said this would be the best perfect one ever. I didn't have success in my last business. So I just sort of wanted to show you that you may have messed up on all the chats are coming in. I can't even look, y'all, because then I'll get distracted on what I just said. All right, thankfully, hopefully everyone loves me still. All right, so you can have success. Even if you've tried these things before, because what we really try to do here, like I mentioned when I started this slide, is cater a business plan to you. So that's why it worked for so many of us when maybe it hadn't before. Another sort of piece to this puzzle is that it is the right company. They are not, they plan momentum. They have stability. They have a vision. And that's what I love about it. So we do have cutting edge technologies. We're globally expanding, like literally as we speak, moving into the Mexican market, planning for the Malaysian market. And since 2017, we've had 700% growth. And that's basically because Mr. Mark Wilson, the man in the center, he began this company with a very strong vision to help people feel better. And then he thought, okay, if I can help them help their kids feel better, okay, if I can help them feel better and earn an income. And that's the genesis of how this company sort of snowballed, especially when Mr. Mark Wilson brought on Mr. Jake Spencer as the president. And that's when that huge growth just started. So we have a stability of these science-backed products that Dr. Stephen Kimberly helps create. He was chief editor of WebMD for 13 years. So WebMD, it's not something you can just like throw up information on. It's research-based. So he is such a brilliant mind with making sure he's bringing the latest research, which you'll see when I highlight a product or two in just a second. But cutting edge technology and wellness only goes so far when you are trying to run a business where your marketing is done through just like word of mouth. When the compensation plan got changed in 2017 and that word of mouth started creating businesses for stay-at-home moms, that's when the growth, really, really took off. So Mr. Jake Spencer, he has been pouring into us for the last 11 days. So I'll just highlight him for a minute. I've met him several times. And he was in the field as a distributor doing what I do for so long that's why this is so appealing to people, because he is able to tell you, okay, here's where you are, here's what we need to do, and here's where you're going to go. So I just really enjoy his stories. His family is amazing. His wife heads up our financial freedom movement, which Kendall's going to talk about. So he's the one that really said, all right, faith first, family, and then the finances. And of course, you have to have fitness and friends along the way. So what we're able to do means that we don't take away from any of that. We prioritize it. So this is our full suite of products. Q has sort of figured out some things based on Dr. Stephen Kimberly's research and his brilliant mind. He's a naturopath licensed, but he's also an internist. So he has conventional medicine wisdom as well. So we have market trends, nutrition and how it supports your immune system, your gut health, your brain health, your mental health, your sleep, your stress levels, your inflammation, your energy levels, your weight. He's figured all that out. So whatever your needs are, we've got something. And what are you into? I'm a certified digestive health specialist. I became that after I quit teaching because of this passion I have for mental illness and mental wellness. And so I told you I started with the full spectrum hemp, and I was able to see a difference as far as how I was responding to my family on that 40-foot boat versus reacting, versus raising my volume level, versus yelling. And so some of those nights on a boat, you can imagine, were kind of, I mean, it was winter and it was a little breezy sometimes. So I was able to sleep as well. And so then I started giving it to my husband because he hasn't slept through the night since I've met him, much like our child that we created together. And so they both started using it, and it's been amazing for our sleep, which can also affect our energy level during the day and our stress levels during the day. So we love it. At this point, I do want to bring on one of my business partners and friends. You know, I'm so blessed to have made this connection with Jerry. Jerry actually lives where I used to live, but we didn't know each other until we joined this business. And so during this time of isolation, it's been great to still have business partners, but you know, we connect with other things. So she's going to talk just a minute about her favorite products. Jerry, are you able to unmute?
Yes.
Thank
yes.
you.
We've got a yard work going on in the background, so I didn't want to unmute until just the last second. But thank you so much for letting me hop on. And Caitlin asked if I could come on and share just a little bit about what some of my favorite products were, which is hard because there are so many. But definitely, I think what has made the biggest impact, really not just for me, but for my entire family. I am a mom of 2 girls. They're 12 and 14 right now. So we are in the throes of preteen and early teenage years. So you can imagine how fun that is at certain moments. So I need an extra bucket of patience. And these 2 things have helped, Let's see. I'm like, where's my label? The Q-Max Premium and the Q-Fuse that Caitlin was talking about before. In all, I guess, transparency and honesty, I mean, yes, there are still moments that are not good moments in our house, but I feel like in general, these just help me. I always like think of it like a dial, like you either turn it up or turn it down. It just definitely turns it down. It helps me maintain just a little bit more calm, less anxious feelings. I definitely think the Fuse, really both of them, I think they're super powerful duo in combination with one another. I just think it helps me put a better parenting foot forward and helps me navigate things just more reasonably than emotionally, if that makes sense. And not to mention, although I was laughing because I was like, the sleep spray, that's one of my favorites too. It definitely helps me just have a better, more restful night of sleep. But I think even prior to using the sleep spray, I think incorporating these into my daily routine also had an impact on my sleep and just ability to get to sleep and stay to sleep, which definitely makes the next day a whole lot better. So.
Oh, thank you so much. I love what you said about the dial. I think that's a great, great analogy. And so thank you for sharing all that. And like she said, using those 2 in combination together, you're addressing some nutritional deficiencies and also your endocannabinoid system, which, like I said, Q has that figured out. Like they really understand what's going on with our bodies. And our scientists and our doctors have come up with so many resources and tools that we just share away with people. I don't have to know any of it because they've already figured it out. And then of course we are not, science doesn't stand still is Dr. Stephen Kimberly's mantra. And so, what we're about to do with hemp in 2021 and CBD is mind blowing. And then also, so many people have health goals come January, and unfortunately those aren't sticky enough. And so what Q has been working on for the past couple of weeks with our fitness line and our Q Fit app, and how you actually just are gonna integrate a fitness routine into the life you already have as a stay-at-home mom. And much like the business, just integrating it into what you're already doing. I'm really, really excited to see all of that launch and some of the deals that we're going to have coming up soon for our fitness and our weight management. So let me show you one more slide. If this makes sense to you as far as getting your products paid for, or opening an e-commerce site where people who are already using these supplements, which a lot of people are, because of immune health needs and gut health needs right now and stress needs right now. If that makes sense to you, I highlighted in the beginning, and Kendall can talk about her journey as well in just a minute, about how it's a little bit different here when you set up a business plan that you can integrate into your life, but it's also with a company that has a vision, also with a company that has that stability, and also with a company that is projected to quadruple in the next year. And this is going to be several years of this momentum. So we're at that little blue dot where we're continuing to formulate and pioneer, and we're still a baby company. And eventually we will be one of those where everybody knows our name. So I love that aspect of it, that I could be the first one telling you about Key right now. Like, that's so exciting to me. So I wanted to show that little graphic, but I'm going to turn it over to my friend Kendall. So Kendall and I connected virtually when we both joined this product, and then we actually really bonded last month when we both went on a retreat to a cabin, and the stories we shared and the tears we cried and the laughs we had. She will be a forever friend, and I can't tell you how grateful I am for several people on this call, actually, plus Kendall. I just got chills because I mean this from the bottom of my heart. When you are a teacher and all you're doing is interacting with kids, and your bathroom breaks are like during class periods, and you don't have interaction with adults, and then you go straight into your only interaction is with a 2 and a 3 or 3-year-old, whatever he was at the time. Having connections beyond that as a stay-at-home mom and even as a teacher has been the biggest gift. Now, I could talk about the debt, the student loan. I could talk about how I am making more than I was as a teacher, but the gift of community, which Kendall will touch on too, has been amazing. So I'm going to turn it over to Kendall.
Great, thank you. I'm so excited to share a little bit about my story, how I found this incredible company, and why I absolutely will never leave. I am a mom to 4-year-old twins. I have always wanted to be a mom, even when I was a little girl. I wasn't really girly and stuff. I was really a tomboy, so I didn't really play with a lot of dolls and things like that. Like, I didn't dream of, the family and stuff, but I just kind of always knew that I wanted to be a mom, and it was something that was important to me. But I always wanted to be a working mom. I just kind of saw myself as that. My mom was a stay-at-home mom, and I was just kind of like, that just seems really boring, and so I just always wanted to work. And like Caitlin said, I've also worked since I was about 15. My first job was, I was a hostess at Chili's. I thought it was the best thing ever. And so I've always had a job. And I fell into network marketing accidentally 7 years ago. I had no intentions of, working it as a business. And I was with my previous company for 5 years. I joined Q Sciences in May of last year. And at the time, I was still working part-time in the hotel industry. But it was always my goal to be a stay-at-home mom. That was my dream. That was what I was working for, to be able to save enough money, continue to contribute to the family's finances, but really be able to be that stay-at-home mom. And when my twins were 18 months old, we got my daughter's diagnosis of Angelman syndrome. And it's a very devastating diagnosis when you first receive it. She has a deletion in chromosome 15. It's a neurogenetic condition. The geneticist that we met with said, she's going to need lifelong care. She'll never be independent. She will never speak. She most likely will never walk. She's intellectually delayed, developmentally delayed, gross motor, fine motor, all of those things. As you can imagine, my mental health really slid backwards. As positive as I wanted to be, as positive of a person as I am, I was really, really struggling mentally to get out of bed every day, to do the things, to go to work, to, just be everything to everyone, right? Because that's what we as moms are, so much as everything to everyone. But I was really starting to realize that I can't pour from an empty cup. I can't be all things to everyone if I'm not taking care of myself first. And so I had started to do some research on natural products and supplementation and things for my own mental health, as well as that for my husband and my children. Suzanne needs a lot of cognitive support. And so I was looking for something to help her. She also has epilepsy. It's a dual diagnosis. So I had started to hear things about how CBD and hemp can help with seizure control. And so I was really intrigued when my friend told me about the full spectrum hemp that Q Sciences has. The more I researched it and dug into the differences in all of the oils that are on the market, right? Because literally you can drive down the street and you see oils everywhere in these stores, and it's all over, and you're like, which one's good? And, all of the things, and you're hesitant because you're like, I'm going to put this in my child's body. And, but the more I researched it, I was so excited to give it a try. And when I learned about the QMax, the fact that it's a brain micronutrient, I was 100% all in. Let's do this. I was so excited to give it a try because my son needed support. My daughter needed that support. And then when I saw the compensation plan, that is when I really got chills. I was so excited. And I just jumped all in. I said, let's do this. I left my former company because I wanted to be a pioneer. I wanted to be part of the growth. And I saw the potential, with our compensation plan. Is that the next slide, Caitlin? I think maybe just seeing how simple it is. So many times people see compensation plans and it's a lot of different information, and ours is just one page. So I was really excited to get started. And what also really excited me was the systems that are in place here. So many people that I have spoken with over the years with different companies, different network marketing companies, have always said, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm here, but I'm throwing spaghetti at the wall and hoping something sticks. I'm on an island by myself. I don't know a lot of people. I'm not really sure what's happening. But Q is so different. We have systems that we immediately plug you into. And when we launch your business, we really do come up with a business plan. Like Caitlin mentioned earlier, we meet you where you are. You tell us how much time you have, how much money you want to make, what you can invest into your business. And we're going to come up with a plan around that. You're never alone. We hold your hand every step of the way. We don't do the work for you, but we are there to support you and train you and lift you up. That is something that has been so different for me here versus my previous place. And again, so many other people that have joined me that have said, I've never seen anything like this. People that have never done network marketing before that were terrified to get started because again, it can seem overwhelming. They don't know what to do, but then they get involved and they start to learn about our culture and our community. And honestly, if I never make another dime with Q Sciences, I mean, they're going to have to block me and do all of the things because I just never want to leave. I'm just I just don't ever want to not be a part of this because I truly have found lifelong friends. I've been very fortunate. I've grown a large team, and that means that I don't know personally a lot of the people on my team in my business. I don't know all of the distributors that are down the line, but I can tell you that I pray for them. They pray for me. They support me. When my daughter had a big seizure in August and we were in the emergency room, I can't tell you how many people were praying for me that I don't even know. And that is something that I just cherish. I cherish these bonds that, again, people lift each other up and they support each other. The fact that our president, like Caitlin mentioned, has been pouring into us for the last 11 days. I mean, and he goes to church, y'all. It's unbelievable. It's like nothing I've ever been a part of. He's real, he's raw, and you know that he means it. Everything that comes out of our leadership's mouths, I know they mean it. They have our best interests at heart. And going on that retreat that we went on last month, that wasn't something that just the top earners got to go to. It was something that we worked for, but we were chosen to go on this trip, and it was life-changing. It was a lot of training. We learned a lot of things, but it was fellowship. And again, it was just getting loved on, and just so many amazing things. And we have the Facebook groups and we have the chats and all of this. So you're not on that island by yourself. And like Caitlin said, as a stay-at-home mom, when I started, as I mentioned, I had a part-time job, but when we got my daughter's diagnosis, I really, really wanted to stop working, even more than I originally did, because I wanted to be able to be there more for my daughter, take her to therapies, take her to all of her doctor's appointments, and not have to take off work, all of the things. And so it became critically important for me to be able to do that. And I'm now able to do that. As of last November, I'm no longer working that part-time job. And because of the income that we're bringing in from Q Sciences, I don't have to go and find another part-time job or a full-time job. I'm making more than I was making with that part-time job. And when the pandemic hit in March, I did have that moment of like, this is probably going to be bad, because who's going to buy things? You know, everybody's stuck at home. But people started to actually, it was a blessing in disguise that people started to actually pay attention to how important immunity support is, and mental health, and having a plan B or C or D or A, you know, all of the things. And so my business actually quadrupled this year during a pandemic, during all of us being stuck at home. But my circle grew immensely, you know, again, that community and being empowered to do all of the things from home, from my phone, from my computer, and just be a part of other people's massive successes that so many people are having here has been such a blessing. Talking a little bit about the financial freedom movement. So that's one of my favorite parts of our compensation plan, is the fact that from day one, you have access to free financial coaching and advice, and they help you really come up with a plan, whether you have that massive credit card debt. Guilty, 100% guilty. I've made some really bad financial choices growing up. I still to this day don't know how to manage my money. Thank goodness for Shani. She's helping me. But you know, they help you come up with a plan. If you need to get out of debt, if you are debt free or almost there, and you want to start setting up savings plans and making sure you have all of your insurances in place. You know, we have to set up a special needs trust for my daughter. You know, all of the things that we have to do, they're there to help us. And that is a free service for us. It's unbelievable. When you do start hitting certain ranks in the company, they start contributing monthly to a debt or savings plan of your choice. And during a worldwide pandemic, during lockdowns, I was actually able to pay my car payment off 4 months early. And that was a huge blessing, because my husband lost his job because of the pandemic. And now, because we were able to pay my car off, we just took that money and were able to put groceries on the table. What a blessing. You know, and we didn't have to go into complete panic mode, because I was bringing in a substantial income through something that I'm so passionate about. It's just about helping others, and something that's so natural for me to share. I'm an oversharer. You can find me on Facebook, and my whole story is there. But my goal is to, if I can help one person, then that's worth oversharing. You know, my family's always like, "Oh my God, I can't believe you said that." But that's just that's just who I am. I shared my fertility journey. I share my everything, you know. But you know, being able to just share something you're passionate about and earn a substantial income, you really can't go wrong with that. You know, again, it's a one-page compensation plan. It's so simple, it's silly. And so many people are always like, well, where's the rest of it? I'm like, that's it. Jake did a great job. He knows what he's doing. We get customer commissions. We get commissions when we start to build a business and we open more distribution centers. It's like being the big hub of Amazon, and you want other people to go out and form their own little Amazons and start helping you get these products out to the masses all over the world. That's what we are. And we work it as a business. If you want to work it as a business and make a lot of money and help a lot of people, we have that option for you. If you just want to help cover a few bills, we're going to help you figure that out as well. You know, we really can meet you where you are. And then once you start hitting those ranks, you get that monthly residual income. Then we get those fast start bonuses, as Caitlin mentioned earlier. Now they're even more amazing because of Christmas cash. You still have a couple weeks to earn those. But when you go out and you start finding people that you want to empower to become a better version of themselves, you're going to make those weekly checks. And then you get your monthly checks. We have amazing bonuses that you get when you hit ranks for the first time. They're life-changing. You know, when I got my biggest check, and I literally just started bawling because it was something I just never dreamed would be possible. But here, anything is possible. There's no lid. And so it's just, again, it's amazing. The systems that we have in place to immediately plug you into, whether you have experience in this industry or you don't have experience in this industry, we have something for everyone. So we always want to make sure that it makes sense, that you understand that you can do this, and 100% someone will help you. That was what was so important to me. When I was even considering joining, which really wasn't much consideration because I knew I wanted to do it, but I had so many people pouring into me and sharing with me their experiences and their journeys and their visions and their plans. And I was just like, this is where I want to be. It's where I need to be. This is where God wants me to be for my family. And so I jumped right in, but maybe you're not quite ready to jump all in. Maybe you want to try the products and just, start feeling better and get your family on the right track to better health. We love our customers. Our customers are amazing. They're our lifeline. They're just incredible. And so you can actually pay the same price that we pay as ambassadors, being a preferred customer for just $10 a year. It's a pretty sweet deal. You can feel amazing. You can earn rewards towards free products. So you get a lot of great benefits by being a customer. But when you are ready to commit to yourself, to become your best self and help other people do the same thing, then we invite you to become an ambassador and join our incredible family and our community. This is a really great quote. Caitlin actually shared this with me yesterday, and I was like, oh, I love this. Every great move forward in your life begins with a leap of faith and a step into the unknown. You may think you're not ready, but that's okay. Oftentimes we're not ready, but we do it anyway. We show up big, and we get rewarded big. So thank you so much for joining today and letting us share a little bit about what we're so passionate about. I invite you to get with the person that invited you to listen to this call. Tell them what you liked about it. Tell them what's making you nervous. Tell them what's making you so excited that you just have the chills. And let's talk about it, right? I'm always available. Reach out to me. Caitlin's available. Again, whoever invited you to listen to us share is available. We're excited, and I know that we all look forward to seeing you as part of Q. So thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.